Visha. Blessings to you. Blessings, blessings, blessings. You guys are rolling on in here. Hold on one sec. Well, now y'all don't have to hold on. I'm currently about to get my workout in, and I felt led to actually come live. I am doing good, getting ready to work out. It's a bit different on this new diet plan, and so that is what I am doing. Listen, be patient. Come on, be patient. Be patient. And I know before y'all even develop your own mindset as to what this broadcast is about, it's not about that, right? And so I guess the question about it is, how many people can say that they've experienced like tumultuous emotions or pressure, like when God is asking you to be patient and wait on him? How many people can say, like, Apostle, that's been me. Like, I listen, God say be patient. And it's like I'll start off good and then boom, anxiety kicks in. You start feeling other negative emotions. And before you know it, like it is literally like on a downward spiral. Like I think that like we have all been there. I think we've all been there. And so this is not going to be too long of a broadcast, but I wanted to just share this, right? So I'll say this too. A lot of times when we experience those emotions, a lot of times it's because of disappointment, right? I think everyone has been disappointed in an area where they're, believing for God to like move and do something in their life. And, it gets to the point where, like when God is saying be patient, after you've experienced so many setbacks and frustrations, those are typically like the thoughts that you have while you're waiting. Am I going to be disappointed again? Am I going to be frustrated again? And so it's like our mind begins to war with us, like while we're, waiting on God and, trying to be patient. And I think that this in itself is what makes a lot of people it makes a lot of people get to the point of really struggling in the wait. And so, needless to say, today has been a very busy day for me. I've been packing. I had to just take time to just rest and unwind and not do too much, because sometimes doing too much can make you feel anxious. And so I just had to just let God lead me today. But it's been a very productive day. And so I noticed that as it was time for me to work out and come to the gym and different things like that, I began to have, and it's something that has been lingering for the past few days, not about my house, but rather like in regards to like people, and just my disappointment there. But I've noticed the past few days, that feeling, those emotions would kind of like peep in a little bit, right? And so today on the way to the gym, I had just parked literally, and I was having a moment, right? I was having a moment where I was struggling. Anybody ever like had a good day, had a productive day, and then there's this one point during the day where like those thoughts come rushing in, and you find yourself almost feeling like just burying yourself and wallowing in the disappointment and the frustrations like of the past. This was me. And so I parked, and this time, sometimes I'm human. Sometimes I've wallowed in it just like y'all. Sometimes I've allowed it to set in, and I just be like, you know what, I ain't feeling it. I'm just finna just chill and not do anything, right? So this time I did something different. I actually sat in the parking lot, and I admitted, this is why I'm struggling, God. Not only do I need to release these, past disappointments in the past to you, but this is why I feel disappointed. This is why, right? And it's like immediately peace came. And so the Lord began to deal with me. And you want to know what he told me? He said, this is all I want from my children as they wait. He said, I don't expect you to be perfect, in being patient. Okay. Catch this. He said, contrary to like what many of my children think, they think being patient means that you won't have to struggle. That means that they attach perfect, right, to patience. I'm going to say that again. He said, my children attach perfect to patience, meaning they had to wait perfectly. not have any negative emotions, not deal with anything, right? That it just is perfect, right? He said, that's what many of my children do. He was talking to me too, right? But he said, I'm not expecting perfect patience. He said, but what I am expecting while you are patient is intimacy. Uh-oh. He said, I'm not expecting perfect patience. I'm not expecting for you to act as if you were never disappointed, to act as if you've never been frustrated, to act as though you've never felt let down. I'm not asking for that in patience. He said, but what I am asking for is I'm asking for intimacy. And he said, this is all I want my children to do. When they feel the weight of disappointment, when they feel, my God, I feel the Holy Spirit. When they feel the weight of disappointment, when they feel the weight of frustrating moments, when they feel the weight of circumstances that have crushed them before, I just want them to enter into my presence and talk to me about it. Tell me why they're feeling that pressure. Tell me why. What about what happened disappointed them? Why are you frustrated? He said, this is what he says, only then can I help you wait and be patient. He says, only then, only when you come to me and talk to me, not pick up your phone. Come on, not, not ignore it by, going to social media. We'll try to like sweep it under the rug when we feel that way, when we feel disappointed. We will distract ourselves. Blessings to y'all. We'll distract ourselves. You've done it. I've done it. Well, you're like, well, maybe if I just scroll Facebook, if I just scroll Instagram, I'll be cool. Maybe if I just reach out to this person and talk. We treat people like they're God. We give people the intimacy that God is asking, and then we get mad when people judge us. We get mad when the weight of what we feel is too much for them to even engage in. But as I sat here, like I just said, God, you know what? I'm gonna talk to you about this because it's been lingering and I need it up off of me. Anybody ever felt like I need to not feel this way? Today been a good day. I'm not trying to let it go. Today has been a good day, Father. And so I'm talking to God, and peace came, and He literally said, "This is all I asked for." He said, "Many people think me asking them to be patient is about having the perfect balance of emotions." And so what happens when they choose, when they try to have, when they try to have be happy all the time, when they try to be productive all the time, is they don't really deal with a thing, right? That's creating disturbances. They don't deal with it. They don't deal with it. They distract themselves. And so what happens is the next day rolls around, it pops up again. The next day rolls around, day after day, the same thing pops up and it wells up in your heart. And then it gets to a point. Hear me now. Now, this is the epitome of a self-created storm. Then it gets to the point where all of those emotions, because we've been ignoring them, it's like a volcano when it's getting ready to erupt, right? You get to a point where you feel like you are literally about to explode. The weight becomes too much. And now you have put yourself in a position to want to give up, to be tempted to give up, when all you had to do was just literally open up your mouth and say, "Daddy, this is what's this is it. This is why I'm struggling to be patient in this area." That disappointment that happened, yeah, that one too, right? This is why it disappointed me. This is why it hurt me. This is why it frustrated me. And this is why I'm struggling to wait on you, to sit still and wait on you to bless me in this area. The Lord straight up told me, I'm not expecting perfect patience. I'm expecting for you to be intimate with me, communicate with me while you wait. And that in itself is what equips us to be able to sit still and be patient. That's why we be antsy, because we're sweeping things under the rug. So the moment God says be patient, we want to throw a whole temper tantrum. We want to throw a whole temper tantrum. So again, whew, The declaration is be patient. Your time when God has you waiting and sitting still, that is the perfect time for you to like literally sit and talk to God about how you feel. Whether it's in the area of marriage, whether it is financially, whether it is with living arrangements, whatever the case may be. That's it. Because I promise you, you'll feel so much better. Like when you just give it to God straight. He can handle your emotions. He can handle the reason behind your emotions. He can handle it. God can handle it. I'm going to say it again. God can handle it. He says, I need to say it again. God can handle it. And when you do that, one thing that I told God while I was talking to him about it, I said, Lord, I'm giving this to you because I need to be able to do exactly what it is that I need to do. Sorry, y'all, I had to hug somebody that was about to run into me. Right? The thing that stood out was I said, God, I'm giving this to you because I can't handle this anymore. I can't carry this and still be able to do what you asking me to do, what I need to do to show up effectively. I gotta give this to somebody, and can't nobody handle this but you. And that's it. That's it. Be patient. That's the word. Be patient. Let it marinate however it's supposed to marinate within you. Right? Sit and reflect on this if you need to sit and reflect on this message. Jocelyn says she just gotta remember to talk. And I think honestly, like, that is a very real thing, because I don't think that you're the only person that deals with that. I think that honestly, for us as people, it's a trauma response to just not talk about it, because in the world that we live in, who wants to hear about our issues? Who wants to hear about our real emotions? We live in a day and age, in a society where people are not in tune with their real emotions. They'll give you surface level all day. They'll give you the pleasant emotions all day. And so it is a very different experience when you have God saying, listen, I don't need what you giving everybody. I don't need the fakeness. I need the raw. I need the real. And so sometimes it's a trauma response where we really don't know how to talk. It's like we've all had moments where people have taken what we've said and they've betrayed us. They done told our business, right? They done talked about it, used whatever you said against you. So it's a trauma response, but it's not a reason to not get to the point of like wanting to talk to God. And I'm gonna be real in saying this. I have not always been there, been like where I am now with intimacy to God. I ain't always been here. Like in my wilderness, I was not trying to talk to God. I didn't want to talk. Some of y'all can probably relate. God, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it. I just want you to do what you're gonna do. I don't want to talk about how I feel now. I don't want to talk about it. Lord, I don't want you to talk about it. This was me. Bullheaded. I kid y'all not. Not only was I was stubborn. I had been so scarred by people that when God was asking for something of me, where when I gave it to people in the past, it always hurt me even more. I wasn't trying to go through that, but through and through, I had to learn that God is not like man, that God don't operate the same way that people do. He ain't them. Some of y'all need to tell yourself that he's not them. And honestly, for me, experience taught me that God wasn't like people. I was one of those people where it's like I didn't taken people at their word before God, and I'd have been burned. So you're gonna have to show me that you're not like them. I know it said in the Bible, but I needed this experience for you to show me that you ain't gonna do me like people. And so, I understand it's a trauma response, and I understand it's not something that happens overnight. Whether you being intimate with God and talking about it, whether it was journaling for me back then. I used to journal how I felt. If I had a really rough day because I didn't want to talk about it, I would write it down. Today was a rough day. This is why I was emotional, right? I would write it down. I still have that journal. When it was a good day, I would write it down. But over time, I just learned, like, God, I can trust you. So I'm just going to give it to you straight, because who got time to write now? I'm not trying to spend an hour writing the whole book about how my day has been. So that was how it started with me, with learning to just keep it real about how I felt, what I was going through. I'm being real. Like, unless I'm writing a book, I'm not doing that. No, I would just, now sometimes I'll still write, but for the most part, I just rather talk. I got to the point where I just rather talk. Like, God, let me just pause. Like, because a lot of times you're not in a position or in a location where you can just sit and I'm getting ready to go into the gym. I don't have that time to just sit and write down all these thoughts. So God, here, I know how I'm feeling. I know why I feel disappointed. I know why I'm struggling. And a lot of times we do know. Now, whether or not we want to admit it, whether or not we want to face how we feel, that's an entirely different story. But I knew exactly why it was popping up. I knew exactly what the disappointment was. I knew why I was I knew all of it. Right, Visha. I knew all of it. And so it's like, I believe that when we give God the things that are weighing us down, the things that are, you know, triggering depression, triggering anxious thoughts, anxious hearts, it's like a spiritual exchange takes place. Philippians, what chapter is that, Lord? I want to say it's 4. It talks about how there's a spiritual exchange as we just be real with God and give it to him raw. He gives us the fruit of the spirit. He gives us peace that surpasses our own understanding. And so, a lot of times that's really the thing that we need to keep going. God, I just need some peace. Because when you having all those thoughts and dealing with all those, you know, disappointing moments of your past or even your current, right? The thing that you don't have, the thing that you're lacking is peace. It's peace. And so that was what I noticed today. Like, as I had been ignoring it, like many of us do. We ignore the moments where we feel disappointment, creeping in, and we try to soldier through that thing. Like, I'm just not, I'm gonna fake it until I make it. That be like some of our mindsets. I'm gonna fake it until I make it. I'm gonna act like this is not an issue until you come through, God. And we try to ignore the issue. And it just got to a point today where I'm like, listen, God, I need to work out. I need to have a great workout. I need to be, I need to be in a good mood, because when I get home, I need to finish packing. I need to wash. I need to do all these different things. I can't do it in this mindset. I need peace. I need to be at peace and in peace. Hello, somebody. Because those are two different things. I need to be at peace with where things are, but I need to be in perfect peace. I need my mind at peace. I need my heart at peace. I need to be at peace about the things that are happening that I don't understand, things that I'm waiting on. I need peace. And as I gave it to him, and I didn't stop. I'm gonna be real. I didn't stop until I felt like I was done. People want to know, well, how do you keep going, Apostle T? I talk to God until I'm done. If I talk to God about something that upset me, and then an hour later it popped back in my mind, guess what? I'm gonna go back to talking about it, because I need to get it all out of my system. That is me. I'm giving y'all strategy. This is like literally how, like, God equips me with the strength to keep going. When something bothers me, I'll talk about it. And if in 30 minutes, an hour, 3 hours, the next day is still on my heart, I'm gonna talk about it some more, and I'm gonna talk about it until I don't feel the residue of it anymore. I pray that I'm making sense. I pray I'm making sense. And so, like, this has been like where I am. Like, and I think that, that was a strategy that God wanted me to release to you guys about truly being at peace. You can't truly be at peace and in peace without, like, intimacy with God. You can't. You can't. Because when you don't, like, when you're not really talking to God, what happens is the load gets heavy, right? Those emotions bog you down physically, mentally. They drain you. They are taxing too. They're toxic. They so toxic. And it gets harder and harder and harder to, like, make it through each day when we are carrying the weight of, like, everything that we've been through. Yep, absolutely, Visha. That's Bible. So that's it, man. That's it. If you ain't heard this today, you finna hear it now. Go talk to God. Go talk to God so you can stop feeling that way. Yeah, I'm gonna say it again. I know y'all thought I was gonna say I do love y'all, but I'm sure y'all thought I was gonna say if ain't nobody told you they love you, I love, and that is true. But if ain't nobody told you today, go talk to God. Go talk to him. Somebody type that in. Go talk to God. Get that depression up out of you. Get those frustrating moments. Get that stress off of you. Get it off of you. Get that anxiety up off of you, out of your system. Get that anger out of your system. Get it out. Get the frustration out of your system. Go talk to God. Go talk to him. I got 11 people on here. You mean to tell me only one person can type in, go talk to God? Boy, it's disappointing. It's disappointing. But I'm not even going to get into that. It ain't even for me. Effort. Go talk to God. Type it in on the screen. Go talk to God. That's it. Go talk to God. And I know y'all are probably looking for something else, but this is the word that God gave me. This is it. I can't make you apply pressure. I can't make you put in the effort, but I'm not going to let y'all lack of effort stop me from putting in the effort that I need to give God. So listen, I love y'all. I am rooting for you. To those that need to sow seed into this word, there are some of y'all where you just need to give honor because this word was so rich with so many different nuggets. And so listen, there are two ways to sow. You can sow via PayPal or you can sow via the Cash App. It don't matter if you sowing in cents. Doesn't matter if you sowing $1, if you sowing a penny. Doesn't matter if you sowing $1,000. Listen, the seed title is Go Talk to God. That's the seed title. Go talk to God. And so listen, to those of y'all that need prayer, if you got a testimony, go ahead and send it over to prayer.thoughtsbyt@gmail.com. I love y'all. I am rooting for you. So until next time, y'all, peace. Thank you.